Overall, I thought we started slow offensively. Obviously, I wasn't on the defensive side, but thought we started slow offensively. Once we got down in that red area, I thought things kind of started to pick up for us. Had a couple guys in and out of injury, in and out, and so we had to deal with a little bit of that from a depth standpoint up front. Thought we got running it better as the day went. They got a good front. I mean, those guys are massive. They've been that way ever since I can remember in terms of their front and how they're built and how they want them. I think that it was nice to see the skill players keep making some plays out there. I thought Trevor settled in. Defensively, I think from what I understand, we stopped the run well. There was a couple explosive passes that we got to clean up and look at, but overall, great work. I mean, had a couple little things, but no big fights or anything. It was good quality work that you can't simulate at home.
Still rotating the offensive line a lot.
Yeah.
How did that go?
I mean, I couldn't even tell you who was in at the end, honestly. It was just had a lot of rotating in there, whether it's because of trying to get guys work at different spots in these settings or because we had some guys cramping and had to mix it up. But we'll have to go look at it to see how they truly played. But proud of the guys for fighting through.
What is it about this defense that is different a little bit from last year, the year two under Brandon Staley's scheme? How different do they seem this year compared to when you said in the preseason last year?
Yeah, you can tell the communication pre-snap. You hear a lot of good talk going on. You can hear them anticipating probably a little bit more than just reacting. The edge, they set an edge in the run game. I mean, they can set an edge. I think their pass rush has improved from even a year ago maybe. And I just think that on the back end, Brandon does such a nice job of mixing single high, shell, man, making it all look the same, and you can just tell that they're playing with some confidence right now.
Those guys in the back end, talked to Brian Thomas. He talked about those matchups against Kool-Aid and McKinstry are always interesting. What did you see maybe out of him that was unique this session?
Yeah, he's longer than I remember. He's got some length that can challenge you at the line of scrimmage. Plays with some good anticipation when he is playing off, or Brandon asks those guys to match, and play man and play match coverage. And I think when you have the confidence in a corner to go out and say, man, hey, you got him, let's go play one-on-one and play some ball, I think that ultimately it just helps your defense, because now you can roll and dictate coverage other way if a guy like Kool-Aid can be that guy for them.
How much did you feel there was a sense of urgency inside that practice when you got to the red zone? Because everything amped up and
did.
Dominated a bit more.
It did. It got better down there. I think the guys, look, you fly in, we're delayed coming in. It's just, a long night. You get in, you get up and go. It's not an excuse, it's the reality. And it was a little slower to go. But hey, that's a game too, right? Like, it's truly the ebbs and flows. That's why this is a great thing for us, is because you get exposure to game-like scenarios, and that's momentum, and that's playing the next play. And that was the biggest thing that I, applauded them for after the practice was, guys, we could have gone to the tank. We came out and stunk early on, but, man, we just continued to play, keep our heads freaking right where we are, be where our feet are, and go play the next play. So I was pleased with that.
Seen out of the red zone in camp in general?
I am, yeah. I think our defense does a nice job of mixing up coverage. They're trying a few things. We're trying some things down there. It's nice to see some different structures, though, as well, to be able to try some things. So I think that was an area in which we took a big jump in the second half of the season last year, especially when Trevor started running. You see some of the quarterback design draws and things like that he was able to take advantage of. And I think we've done a nice job being pretty deliberate about our concepts in the red zone, like not having a million of them, right? It's just, hey, let's get good at these red zone concepts and then carry them over, dress them up differently, and try to execute at the best.
You okay with that scuffle a little bit?
Yeah.
Did you like that a little?
Absolutely. It wasn't malicious. It wasn't anything crazy, Chris was trying to truck the corner tackled him a little bit. We haven't had one, in camp. So it was done professionally. I'll say that.
Looked like you got the Coen out of there, though.
Yeah, I mean, he can go off into a different universe at times, but he protects his teammates, which, we got two rules: protect the team and be on time. And he definitely, he usually takes care of that for us.
Do you want to see something different from the guys who are playing on Saturday night? In other words, you like to see a little sharpness from your starters. What are you looking for from the guys you're going to put on the field?
Yeah, I mean, that's with limited overall reps throughout a training camp is, look, we're going to keep it fairly simple in terms of the formations, the motions, the coverages, the calls. I just want to see a clean operation. I mean, and then just go play. Like, let's see who is going to be the guy that's going to go make plays when it's not perfect, right? We're not getting a ton of reps at maybe this play, and it gets right. Well, can they fix it? Can they fix any problems on Saturday that maybe we haven't shown them? Who can do that operation? And then who's going to win some one-on-one matchups, whether it's one-on-one pass pro, whether it's I'm covering the guy one-on-one, whether I got to defeat a one-on-one matchup at receiver. Like, who's going to go do that?
And what are you going to do when Grant's calling the plays? How are you going to use this time on Saturday night?
I think it'll be a really good time for me to be on the defensive headset a little bit. We got Matt Arugio being a new pass game coordinator on defense. I'd like to be able to hear some more of the communication between Campy and him and the defensive coaching staff, and just be able to hear that and get that more than I normally am able to do within a game, because typically when the defense is on, I'm doing adjustments with the offensive staff, and then I'll click over and be able to get a little bit here and there. So just being able to hear the full process and be able to hear a little bit more of the new communication that will have to exist.
The junior came off of a slight dip in production last season, first year in the NFL, top 10 in touchdowns and receiving yards. What do you think out of him that leads to him getting back to that level that he was in 2024?
Yeah, I think he's attacked the offseason the right way, that's for sure. He's come in with a mindset and mentality that everything's forward. Everything's ahead of him right now. We're staying in the moment in terms of each day, trying to get the best out of him, and he's attacking it the right way. The connection and chemistry with Trev has gotten better and improved. They're being deliberate about that. I would have liked to have been able to hit a couple deep ones today, but the way Brandon plays that defense, I mean, it kind of makes you really be patient as an offensive play caller. And as a quarterback, and receivers can get a little bit frustrated. They didn't today. I didn't feel that, but it's hard to get the ball over the top of them. But I was pleased to see those guys make some plays.
I said he was focused on the little things and getting all those worked out to get himself back to that level. Yep. What do you think those little things are?
I think he's a very smart player, man. You don't have to tell BT something more than once usually to understand what he's going to go do. It's about us knowing him a little bit better now, and him knowing the system. And you look at his rookie year, I mean, he didn't play a ton with Trevor. And so that connection and chemistry is so important. And I think he's done a great job of just, man, your speed is the number one thing that people are going to be threatened by. And so every route that you run, making it feel like you could run by them at every moment and make them feel you. And so I think that's something he's been working on.
I know Travis meant a lot to your program last week. I wonder if you could just reflect a little bit on, what he meant, what it was like to see him, and then also how the guys are, they're coming in to fill that void.
Yeah, so, TJ, it was great to see him after practice. Like I told him, I mean, we'll never be able to replace what he was able to do for us, whether it was last year or what he's done in Jacksonville throughout the course of his career. He is always welcome back in Jacksonville. I mean, the community, the fans, the kids, they'll always bring it up to me. I mean, they do, and it's great. And you want to see players succeed. And what does that look like? Well, it's winning. But it's also taking care of your family, and what he was able to do to come back home and to play for an organization in which I know followed as a kid, and to be able to provide and to get a contract like that. I mean, he should be extremely proud of himself. I am of him. And, the relationship that he had with a lot of our guys on the team, obviously. But I think that the guys that are going to come in to replace him, ultimately, it's their jobs to take, right? I mean, we're going to have to be a little bit more by committee, and those guys are going to have to play their part, but not come in to try to be anybody else but themselves, right? I mean, Tootin, Chris, LeQuint, Amir, DJ, all those guys, I mean, they got to go out and be them and not try to go be somebody else.
Do you think that they're, I don't know, Tootin is kind of trying Yeah. That was far commiserated at the end of it.
Yeah.
But I mean, does it help that they kind of learn from him
Yes.
as professionals? And,
Absolutely. Especially this past year, I think he was extremely focused on the task at hand. He was extremely bought in to what we were trying to get accomplished as a team. I mean, he's a quieter by nature dude, and I think that the way that he kind of just approached the day-to-day, the way that he took the coaching points, he can take hard coaching, and I think that that's something that any young player can look at and see as a guy that's has been consistent as he's been.
Are you starting to see Chris get to what you think Chris will be?
Yeah, I think he had a couple nice downhill runs today that you like to see. I thought he had a nice pickup and blitz protection as well today. You know, it's day by day. He's getting better and better. I've been pleased with his progress. Yeah, I mean, the 4.28 jumps out at you, right, from the you know, he can run. He's strong. He can run through contact. Right now, we just got to continue to work on his tracks, reading his keys, and just go play. Like, not overthinking where the ball maybe should go or could go, and just stick your foot in the ground and get north. Because when he does that and he gets his shoulder square and downhill, it can be impressive. You know, he can really run through arm tackles. He had arguably maybe a touchdown today on the screen, which was great to see, an area which we need to continue to improve on. So I've been pleased with him, but we got to take another step.
A couple more quick. How different is this heat compared to Jacksonville?
Man, you know, I feel like it's a little bit more humid today, but it felt very similar. I don't know how you guys felt. It's fairly similar when you walk outside. As soon as you got sunglasses on, they're fogging up on you. You know, obviously we play outside, and so us practicing outside is an edge, right? It has to be an edge, and it's similar here. Even though they play in the dome, they should be and will be probably a well-conditioned team. I know Ted Rath from LA and Kellen have a great rapport. They know what they're looking to do from a conditioning standpoint, and they seemed like they've been practicing physical as well.
It's the first of 3 joint practices you're going to have this year. You had that one in Miami last year. Is there anything you want to change going forward? Are they all a little different?
No, yeah, they're all pretty similar, actually, like from the structure standpoint of it. The reps is where we may tweak. I'll have to look at the final count today, but we were shooting for roughly 50 plays, you know, with those groups to be able to get. Last week at the mock was right around 40, so we're kind of on that incremental build right now, and we'll look at the next one and see what that looks like. And then when we go to Tampa and have those 2, it may be a little bit less, just depending on where we're at.
Last one. Yeah, Keaton's return game anticipation be affected by how much he's involved in running?
I don't think so. I think that's an area that we got to continue to evolve with him and keep building him on that path. I mean, he had some really big explosive kickoff returns for us last year. I think actually KOR helps him as well in the run game, is just continuing to get reps at setting up blocks and understanding maybe the scheme of where things could go, but also just going and hitting it and go. I think that actually helps backs. When they're on KOR, it's like there's no dancing. You got to go. And that's something that I think we can continue to work with on Toot, and you know, he'll keep getting those though.